Doing nice. Doing nice. El Puno, what have you launched? You love your AIs, don't you? Oh my word. What have you done? Very good. Very good, El Puno. I actually really like that one. If we can get El Puno's coin going, that'd be brilliant. I'd love that. I would absolutely love that. And this is the one that I'm looking at. I'm looking at Trump's trade war coin. I think whoever's launched that, it's spot on narrative. It's incredibly low. The dev doesn't hold many tokens. It's looking good, but I'd love El Puno's coin to run. Come on. See, El Puno's created that token 7 hours ago. So he's done it in the middle of the night whilst he's been awake working on other people's projects. And he's done that for a laugh. Fair play. I like that. Well done, El Puno.
Gonna start with some music you've been showing a little love recently. David Kushner first.
Telling myself I won't go there, but I know that I won't care. Trying to wash away all the blood. So this bus is a burden that we both share. Two sinners can atone from a lone prayer. Souls tied and entwined by pride. It's in the distance from the way that I've been living. It's So you gonna use me now? Your mother my shirt. Just not bring me down. Put me on the front, sitting on the side. Don't think you can make my mind. 'Cause that's like slipping sideways. But I'll take it my way. Don't think I waste no more time. 'Cause that's y'all push out. Go on, push out. Take this thing back. You wanna make it. Now it's time that I speak my mind. You can't take it away. Just not on the side. Don't quite slip inside. Don't think I waste no yeah, push out. Push out. Go on, push out. Dabba day conversation, dabba dabba daylight drop. Feel like cigarettes coming from from. Say it on the sundown, Sundays, Christmas, Sundays. Then when I need a few friends, now and again I can never hope to keep them. Thought they can friends, but I thought was taking off. It's laughing. Friends who the same shit as all you ever done. Standing on to the top with the legs and the breakfast and bed and then people little but strategy. Like all this, the gravity when I you believe it all, bitch. Believe it in stop. You can let it all go. You can let it all go. Free fall, free fall. The devil said, quit, can't be bound up in the head of your shit. Keep about your whistle, keep about your whistle, now yourself. When you can't live with it, sit down. So but the devil for flying through, you can let it all go. You can let it fall. God is the devil, and the devil said, why did this day? Fight to win. You can
El Puno, typical. Still no buy signals coming out. El Puno, typical. Any buy signals on the weekly? Nope. Nope, no buy signal yet on the weekly. Damn. Still no buy signals coming out. Still a buy signal on Akai Network. That's interesting. Nope. Anything you're looking at, Rolls? Nope. Anything you're looking at you want to check out? I mean, I'm really bored with crypto at the moment. I know that the market's in a downward trend. I'm really not expecting anything to bottom out for a couple of weeks at least. All these Trump tariffs need to calm down. Tariff wars are going to do us a problem, for sure. I mean, Quant is looking like it's going to go back down and retest $50. I mean, that's pretty obvious. The range that Quant lives in on the weekly. Solana's not a buy yet, in my opinion. I mean, if we lose support here, we're coming down to at least $90. It's all pretty negative, but I said this a long time ago. I wasn't sure what the market would do. The ETFs, any liquidity that they bought in would go to Bitcoin, and that's exactly what's happened. Bitcoin dominance is just really high. Zeta chain, or whatever you want to call it, that's not looking healthy at all. But I know the market's bad, but that's not a good launch. Yeah, I'm just watching for now as well, Roll. I'm just watching as well. I mean, it's looking precarious. Everyone's like, oh, the bull run's still on. Bitcoin's strong, but Bitcoin's strong because it's got the ETFs. It's adopted. Yeah, the money's not leaving Bitcoin like it is altcoins, because altcoins aren't doing anything because they're weak. There's no liquidity coming into that market. So I'm really not doing much at all at the moment. I'm looking at possible entries on some really small cap ones, just like I did in the bear market. I mean, that was the easiest thing to do, was getting in at the bottom of the bear market. Made massive money just from buying bear market coins. Launches weren't really that good this time round. Beam, Sui, Ondo, and Link. Yeah, Sui's a big one for me. I mean, I'm really liking Sui Network. I'm really liking the Move programming language, to be fair. So Sui and Aptos for me are both really strong. The stochastic RSI on Sui is incredibly low. The weekly's starting to go sideways. That's good. I do think the low on Sui is about 210. I don't see us going through here unless the market really capitulates. So I still think Sui is really, really strong, but I like Aptos as well. I think Aptos is actually better value for money, but we've just lost my support here on the daily, so that could go horribly wrong. But the stochastic RSI again is very, very, very low. The weekly is also very low, but again it's broken. The candle's breaking support on the weekly for me, so Aptos looking a little bit weaker than Sui, but Sui is a more mature, higher cap. But I do think Sui's going to see more adoption. And we've got some big VCs that like Sui. You know, obviously there's been a lot of investment in Sui and Aptos, but Sui's doing very, very well. To be fair, I timed Sui wrong as well, and I entered Sui about $3, and it just carried on coming down. I hoped we'd find support here, but we didn't. The market's just been taken away from us, really. Yeah, it's going to be a few weeks. I think anyone that thinks we're going to have an altcoin season, they're wrong. I think altcoin seasons now, because of the ETFs and the institutional money, that's going to help Bitcoin. Maybe I don't even think Ethereum's going to be successful. I think I've been saying it for a couple of years. If you need layer 2s for a layer 1, the layer 1's not that good. So Ethereum is now being replaced by Solana, in my opinion. But Solana's not the best either. Sui and Aptos are actually better than Solana. So my thesis at the moment is that the next cycle, like we've seen with Solana this time, we'll see Sui go. SUI has some good, some good adoption as well from institutions for RWAs and for DeFi. So I'm going to go in quite big on SUI. But like you say, I think we give it a few weeks because we don't know how these tariffs are going to pay out. We're having a nice reset overall. Don't get me wrong. I think stocks and shares. I've lost 20% on stocks and shares this week, but I'm not bothered by that because I took so much profit out of crypto last year. It's just going back in when it's ready. So for me, SUI Network is probably my favorite. I think that's going to do a Solana. That will probably 10 to 20x in my opinion when the market goes. The stochastic RSI is really low. We have got strong support possibly at about this 195 level. But as you say, it depends what happens in the market in the meantime. Yeah, I mean, meme coins are dead. I mean, they'll come back. When everyone makes money, meme coins will come back. But we need a utility Bitcoin pump where everyone makes serious money, and then they'll start playing with meme coins again. Yeah, I mean, the tariffs are an interesting one, but I think like with all other kind of news stories, Trump's inauguration and everything, the market builds that price in already. So we'll see a little bit of a dip. I think you're absolutely right, but I think the biggest dip is happening now. It's a buy the news, sell the rumor type event. So I think possibly we might see a nice little pump at that point. It's going to be a weird one because we're expecting very negative impact on the market, but we're building that in already. I think the markets prepare for this. So if the news is announced, then we know what's coming. We prepare for it, and the markets kind of take it into account and balance out. So whilst I agree there might be a little bit of a dip for the less experienced retail investors type of thing, I think that the experienced investors all know that it's going to be priced in, and they'll be waiting for that dip to buy. So I think it will be a small dip and rip actually on the 9th, unless anything serious happens in the meantime. We've seen China announce their reciprocated tariffs, which will impact America a little bit, but it'll impact other people more. The UK is going to probably come out the worst out of this. We're a small island nation, and all these tariffs are going to hit us very, very hard. So we'll have to reciprocate. HBAR, yeah. I mean, the utility kind of like the old boy utility coins that we're all calling shit dinosaur coins. They've done extremely well. So anyone that bought into like XRP, XLM, XTC, HBAR, Algo, you've all done really, really well. If you caught the bottom, 5 cents HBAR just makes sense. Even if you don't like it, like me, I don't like HBAR, but I've learned that it doesn't matter what you like; it's an investment. So it's one of those. I mean, I sold XRP in the bear market. I was very public about that. I did it before Mason. Told everyone that I was selling XRP. The Golden Cross kicked in on XRP at 56 cents. That's when I bought back in. And I took profits at 170 something. So I took my first lot of profits at 3x. Took my next lot of profit at $2.50. And then I was waiting for $3.80, which didn't quite come. But I've still got that bag. I'll wait for that to happen. I think XRP is very, very, very strong. We will see it pull back, but it's seeing some great adoption. But yeah, I mean, HBAR has done phenomenally well. Let's check out the chart on HBAR. But all of these things are pulling back. And I think these institutionalized ones, we were all saying that 99% of these cryptos won't be here. The top 10, top 15 will change. I don't think that's true anymore. They're established enough in the market that it could happen again and again and again. I mean, basically the bottom on HBAR was 3.84 cents, so to get in at 5 cents was a great buy point. Again, this indicator I love. It did flash at 5 cents near enough, and you're absolutely right. It ripped up to 35, actually peaked at 40. So you've timed that incredibly well, and that's great profit. And that's one of the things I learned with this cycle. I learned to take profit. I was a hardcore XRP fan and everything else. I held on to it. Like Crow, everything else, I held on to it. Crazy. And you're absolutely right. It ripped up to 35, actually peaked at 40, so you timed that incredibly well, and that's great profit. Oh, Crypto King thinks he's clever because he knows my name. Oh, look at you. Oh, bless. I'm a scammer. Yeah, I'm just on here talking crypto. I'm scamming everyone. Still holding your XRP and ADA for many years. I mean, Cardano surprised me. I'll be honest. Cardano surprised me a lot. I didn't think it would perform as well as it has. That's for sure. But it's seen some institutional adoption and chatter, so that's all good. My resistance line came into play beautifully. About $1.20, it pretty much topped out there. You can see what I can't remember when I put that in. I must have put that in last year, towards the end of last year. So that's great. I didn't think it would perform as well as it has. That's for sure. But yeah, I mean, again, Cardano, if you time the bear market right and you got into that at 24 cents, that's another 4 or 5x. I think that's the way moving forward. We want to see these institutionalized ones continue to do well because they'll be predictable. You know, buy them in the bear market, and you know just keep chipping away at the profits. Yeah, Cardano could have a good future. I mean, it's certainly got the team and the people in place, and Donald Trump and his current kind of setup. He's definitely pro crypto. He's getting people in to work with them. XRP, of course, we all know what's happening with XRP and Trump. They're working quite closely with Brad and the team there at Ripple. So I think that's why we're seeing such strong support on XRP. But you know, XRP on the weekly chart is now establishing really quite strong support at this $2.05 mark. But yeah, I think things will start maturing now in crypto. We're seeing proper adoption, and this was always my thesis from day one. Crypto would be volatile. It'd be a great place to make big returns for a while, and then it would start turning more into the stock market in a mature market. And we are starting to see that. You're always going to have the meme coin element, the gambling element, but the serious projects, the serious ones that you want to get into, they'll be the ones. They'll be the ones that really sort of perform year on year. Let's see how that's double go home. That's his babe. Yeah. But yes, there's been some surprises. I was surprised at how poorly altcoins have performed, but not really taken by surprise because I was always adamant I was going to take profits from the bear market onwards. Some projects didn't do anywhere near as well as I thought they would. I thought Mint Layer would be one of these projects that really scaled Bitcoin out, and it's failed. All of the Bitcoin Layer 2s have really failed quite badly. There's been hacks and poor performance, so they're off the table. Proof of useful work was looking good with Dynex and things. Again, that's a bit of a fail. The team was working quite hard there, but again, they failed to move forward. Casper was just so strong in the bear market; it was always going to pull back heavy. But again, I think we will hopefully see this range. I mean, I've said there I want to see the range hold about 5.5 cents, and it's going to do that hopefully. So we'll start seeing Casper bounce in a range. Cheers, Rold. Appreciate you being here, buddy. Appreciate you. I'll see you soon.